So in this video we're going to talk about digital signatures, okay? So let's say this is Anne and she has some messages and she wants to send messages to Bob through Eve, okay? So let's say this is Anne and she has some files. This is a message, and for Anne to send the message to Eve, we're going to copy and paste, and for Eve to send a message to Bob, we're going to use KDE Connect, okay? So Bob has received the message, okay? But what if Anne is concerned about the integrity of the files? She is afraid maybe Eve can modify the files along the way, okay? So one way to ensure the integrity of the files is to use checksumming, okay? So Anne can use any of the popular checksumming algorithms. So for example, MD5 sum message.text. So she has generated an MD5 sum for the message, okay? So when she sends the message to Eve, let's say Eve is going to modify the file, okay? Then she's going to send the message to Bob. Well, Bob has received a modified file, but when he calculates the checksum value, and when he compares the checksum value with Anne, he will find the values are different, and he will know that the file has been modified. But the problem is, how are they going to communicate the checksum value? So Anne cannot just make another file, then call it MD5 checksum value and send it with the message, because Eve can easily modify the message, calculate herself a new checksum value, and modify the checksum value. This is not going to work, okay? So digital signatures provide us with a solution for this, okay? And also it ensures the authenticity of the sender, okay? So for digital signatures to work, Anne has to do two things first, and she only has to do them once, okay? So first, Anne has to generate a key pair, a public key and a private key pair, and then she has to send the public key to Bob, okay? So we've covered key generation in another video, so I'm just going to follow the prompts. So we're going to use GPG -- gen key, okay? And test gmail.com. No comment. Password. Okay. So this is how to generate a key pair. If we GPG small k, we have one key, one public key, and GPG capital K, we have one private key. Okay. So the next thing to do is to send the public key to Bob. So first we need to export the public key. So GPG export -a, and test redirect and test.public.asc. So this is Anne's public key. So she has to send that to Bob. So copy and send it. So how can we make sure that Anne did not modify the public key somehow? Maybe she replaced it with her own public key or anything, or she corrupted the file or anything. So there are plenty of ways to ensure that the public key has not been modified. So if we upload the public key to a key server, we verify our public key using our email, so that's fine. Another way is to use the key's fingerprint, so we can do GPG -- fingerprint and test. So this is Anne's public key's fingerprint, and for Bob, before he imports the key, he can do GPG -- with fingerprint and test, and then maybe he can call Anne just once, and they can compare the key fingerprint, and if it's correct, he's sure that this is Anne's public key, okay? And they only have to do this once, okay? So the next step for Bob is to import and its public key. So GPG -- import and test.public. So that's done. Now Anne and Bob can start to communicate messages securely. Okay. So to use digital signatures, okay, so let's say this is our message. So to add a digital signature to your message, we can use GPG -- clear sign -- output, and then the name of an output file. So signed message.txt, and then the name of the input file, which is the message. Password. Okay. So this is what a signed message looks like. Okay. So it is enclosed between this and this. Okay. So anyway, then Anne can send the signed message to Eve, and so let's send the message directly to Bob. So Bob can verify the message using GPG -- verify, and then the name of the file, so signed message. Okay, so we got an error. Oh, oh no, okay, so that's fine. So we got good signature from Anne test. Okay, so let's ignore this. Okay, so good signature means that the file is okay. So if Anne tries to modify the signed message in any way, so if she modifies the message itself or anything about the signature, then she sends the message to Bob. Then GPG -- verify sign message 1 not text sign message 1 text. Okay, GPG -- verify quote sign message and text. What? Okay, so maybe we can rename the file. Oh. Yeah, so this there's a space. I missed the space. Okay, we will get a bad signature. Okay, and this means that the file has been corrupted, has been modified, something went wrong. Okay, so this is how to do a clear sign, so how to do a signature on a text file. Okay, and this is how to verify a file. Okay, this also works for any type of file. So let's say Anne wants to send an image to Bob, and she wants to make sure that the file has not been modified. So we cannot really use clear sign with images because it modifies the file itself, so the image file will not be usable. Okay. Oops. So we can use a detached signature file. So okay, so let's do this. So GPG -a --detach sign, and then output signed image .png. Oops. Output. Okay, image signature. Okay, and then the name of the input file, which is the image. Okay, so this is a signature file. This is a signature file. Okay, so we can send the image along with the signature file. So copy, paste, and if Eve modifies the image file in any way or the signature file in any way, well, Bob's going to know. So let's send the files to Bob. And Bob has received the image file along with a signature file. Okay, so to verify the files, we do GPG -- verify, then the signature file first, so image signature, then image dot png, and we get a good signature. Okay, so Bob knows that the file has not been modified. Okay, so finally let's do a practical example. So this is the KDE Neon website. So if we want to download the ISO file, we can find it here along with a signature file. So this is a detached signature, just like the signature that we've made to the image file right now. Okay, so if we go back, so the first thing we need to do is to import the public key, right? So GPG is signed by the KDE Neon ISO signing key. So this is the signing key that they want us to use in ASCII armored format. So we can just copy the key. Okay, so create new file. Let's call it KDE Neon key.pub and paste. Okay, maybe we need to, I'm not sure if we need to remove this part. Let's remove it. Then GPG -- import KDE Neon text. So this is done. So now if we download, we can download the ISO file and the ISO signature file. Of course, I've already done that. So this is the ISO file and this is the signature file from a few weeks ago. Okay, and we can try verify the files. So cd kde neon ISO image, and you can do GPG -- verify. Yes. Okay. Verify signature file first, so neon.sig, then neon.iso. Okay, and we can see that it's a good signature. Okay, so for this warning, so it's about key certification, and this is even an extra measure to make sure that the key exchange is fine. So keys themselves can be signed by even more trusted keys, and there is a trust network, and well, this is a big story for another video. Okay, so that's it for now. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. Subscribe for more future videos, and thanks for watching.